This is VK2 India Uniform Whiskey, taking on the call sign VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable for the Blue Mountain Summit Radio Club 2 meter net, also via IRLP 9501. Unfortunately, the Echolink conference VK2 US is not working again this evening. And also on streaming on Ustream, ustream.tv/channel/VK2IUW. Good evening to everyone. Hope you're keeping warm, a little chilly this evening. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable listening for any check-ins. Good evening, Bill. Trust you well. Nice of you to come up. Wonder what you've been up to during the week. VK2 FBI, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
VK28Z, VK2 FBI. Yeah, hi there, Hill. I've been busy actually. I'm very busy at the moment. I've got a whole lot of things sorted out. Looks like I'm flying out for China on the 1st of September. I've got a lot of things to organise before I go. I'm only away for 3 weeks, but bad time of the year. I've got to do a tax return and file some documents on my mediation case, and then there's the usual things of getting ready to go away, getting a visa and such. That'll keep me busy and off the streets for a while. Interesting, I heard you late last night on this channel talking to somebody, I've forgotten who then, but your signal was crystal clear, and tonight you've got quite a lot of noise behind you. It sounds like power line noise or something like that. But are you using anything different from last night? VK28Z Portable, VK2 FBI.
VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. No, Bill, exactly the same. No difference, apart from I've got another laptop going in the shack, I think. My other one collapsed on its knees. Decided it wasn't going to boot, and I couldn't get it to boot. So I've got another one, not a new one, an old new one, a new old one, an old one. Used to belong to my kids who have grown out of it and want super duper computers. So that was the long answer. The short answer is no, Bill. Over.
Well, okay, that might point towards some improvements up at the receiver side, but it sounds very much like mains arcing. But I did hear you last night, and although I haven't been on air much for the last couple of weeks, I think the last time I was on air was to speak to you. I have been listening on the repeater, and in general, signals have been a lot better than they used to be. Before, we used to hear a lot of mobiles which had been so far down the noise you couldn't understand them. But signals generally have been a whole lot better, and it sounds like the improvement has happened mainly on the receive side. I'm still getting the repeater at the same signal strength as far as receive signal strength. It's about the same as it was before, but it seems to have a marked improvement upon reception up there. Now, I remember listening to you last night and thinking, gee, that's a crystal clear signal. It's absolutely beautiful, but tonight is something different completely. It's you're quite readable. It's just that the noise in the background is most noticeable, and is certainly detracting from the quality of the QSO. So interesting that. I doubt whether there's going to be anything at your end, since there's not really much at your place which can influence your signal going out. but it sounds like it's being received at Lawson. Not terribly well, unless there's some extraordinary inversion or something going on at the moment, but if that was so, I would expect the received signal here to be down a bit. I used to manage a paging company, and we had a site up at Currajong, and we used to send the input signal up on 800 and something megs. And we suffered quite a bit certain times of the year, certain times of the day, from inversions where the 800 meg signal, which would work perfectly normal 99% of the time, would just all of a sudden disappear. And we followed it up and realised there was a correlation between fairly severe temperature inversion would affect the 800 meg signal, presumably because it was refracting off the inversion and causing a problem. We couldn't up the power. We were limited to 5 watts omnidirectional for distribution, so we couldn't really do much, and we had a very long yagi up at Currajong, so there wasn't much we could improve the signal with. Anyway, eventually we went to satellite distribution once we dragged the system out into regional areas, but I remember that being a problem. VK2AZ portable, VK2 FBI.
Good timing, Bill. You can hear the on the hour beeps at the top of the hour behind you, reminding you to please hurry up. You're about to time out the repeater. Yeah, there is a bit of a noise on your signal as well, so maybe it's coming from the repeater, but maybe somebody else joins us, then they can confirm that. So let's see if there's anyone else around. This is VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, the club call sign of the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club, and our Wednesday evening 2 meter net. Any check-ins, please? Good evening, Brian. I've got no room in my shack at the moment. There's too much rubbish around. VK2AAF. Any further check-ins? VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
That noise disappeared about 2 seconds before the end of your overhill.
Yeah, it seems to have gone off yours as well, Bill. Strange. Good evening, Brian. VK2AAF. I was listening last night on the 80 meter net, but I didn't come in. But you had a great showing last night. VK2AAF, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Roger Hill, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2AAF. Yeah, we had 9 people last night. That's pretty good showing, and had fantastic signal conditions. I figured if we could hear lightning crashes from more than 1,000 k's away, the signals were going to be pretty good, and it really surprised me. Really, we had it was VK2WEO, John, in Wentworth Falls, bent the needle up to 50 dB over 9, so that was mighty impressive. So anyway, no, I'm just in the process of making a pizza in the kitchen and letting my dough rise up a little bit so I can be in for an over anyway. But now, pulled down the dipole today, had a look at all my soldered connections, and nothing broken. Of course, I soldered the crap out of it after I twisted the wires together very tightly, and it's a very strong wire. It's a 100 kilogram brake strength wire, steel copper coated. So I'm still trying to chase down the source of my wandering signal level. So could be the feed line. I've got some very cheap feed line on it, and it might be at end of life, because I think it's been up for a year and bitten up with cheap RG58 does. So anyway, pretty soon we'll be banging up the tower and replacing all the feed lines with RG213, and that should at least give us an answer anyway. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2AAF.
Yeah, okay, Brian. VK2AAF, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. Yeah, I heard you dropped out twice during the 80-meter net, and I could just about detect you in there. So obviously the power dropped for whatever reason. I suppose it could have been an audio problem. But yeah, it did definitely dropped out twice. So yeah, I'm sure you'll track that down eventually. Could be anything really, couldn't it? Yeah, the radio, the antenna system, the feeder. Who knows? Difficult to track down at times unless you're actively looking at the power meter or the SWR meter, and looking at what's happening to the system or the radio. So but I know when you're doing the net, you're preoccupied doing other stuff. So it's not always obvious what problems you may have. Round to you, Bill. VK2 FBI, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable Group.
VK2AC in the group, VK2 FBI. Good evening to Brian. Yes, it's quite mystifying that, isn't it? Noise is completely gone now, and it certainly wasn't there last night, so it sounds like there is some form of electrical interference impacting upon the Lawson receiver, which is intermittent. But generally, the repeater has been noticeably improved since they did the antenna changeover recently, so that's one problem out the way. Finding the source of that interference might be difficult. It sounds like the sort of arc you get with breakdown on insulators and that sort of thing, but it might be difficult to track down. I don't know what the terrain's like up there, whether it's on public streets or it's remote or what, but obviously there's no shortage of mains power around there somewhere. Alright, yeah, the reason you've missed me, or I haven't been around the last few weeks, there always seems to be a good documentary on Wednesday night, which unfortunately drags me away. Then there was State of Origin and cricket and all sorts of excuses for me watching TV. I mean, there's so little on television that when there is something around, I can't afford to miss it, so my apologies there for disappearing. But as I say, there has been a bit of activity on the repeater the last week, and generally it sounds to be much improved over what it has been for some time. VK2AZ in the group, VK2FBI.
VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. Yeah, the noise is gone. It's definitely disappeared, which is good. So I don't quite know what that is. A few times during the day you hear some strange noises on the repeater. But that's good that it's gone. Yes, there has been a bit of activity on too, not just on this repeater, but across the basin. I've been scanning for the last couple of weeks, and there's been a bit of activity around, which is really good to see. Probably everyone keeping indoors. Maybe the Radio Shack, where they have the Radio Shack, is the smallest room in the house, and it's fairly warm in there. It has been a little chilly, so maybe people have been deciding to try and warm up next to the radio and the linear amplifiers, maybe. But that's certainly not the reason why I'm in the shack, that's for sure. Club meeting this Friday, I believe. BMARC.org. Meeting will be at starts at 8. Doors open usually around 7:30 or before. Anyone is welcome. Please come along. Any further check-ins to the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club 2 meter net? VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable listening. It was a low voice with low modulation. Who was that?
VK2TTL.
I should have known, shouldn't I? Rod, you've always got a low voice. Good evening, Rod. How are you doing? Repeater's doing excellent. We just had a little bit of noise on. I don't know if you were listening, but it seems to have disappeared for some reason. VK2TTL, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Good evening. I just walked back in, so I don't know who's doing up. So hello all. It's home cooked today, so haven't really been moving until about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and then I was able to move around a little bit, a bit more. So we'll do some minor things. A little bit of a tidy up here and there. Looking for things. At the moment, looking for a program. I don't know where it is. My 2014 logs for VK Shire seems to be missing as well, but yeah, just looking for things here and there. Software and physical stuff I've been tidying up. But trying to keep warm, trying to get better. That's about it. So there, up to date now. Running the low power setting on this radio too, by the way. Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2TTL.
Okay, Rod. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. Well, you're a good signal into the box, no problems at all. On the low power. Well, I hope you're feeling better. It's not good that you're not feeling well. Probably good you have a day off from work, maybe, depending on your point of view. But hope you're feeling better. Yeah, it is a little cold, isn't it, out there? That's for sure. I'm keeping warm in the smallest room in the house, the shack. Any further check-ins to the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club 2 meter net? VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. You were up next anyway, Brian.
Okay, that's smaller than I thought it was anyway. Yeah, I got a bail out, get back in the kitchen. The dough ought to be rizzed by now. Anyway, keep as warm as you can in the smallest room of the house. And I'll catch you a little bit later on. 73 VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2AAF.
Yeah, okay, Brian. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate that. And you'll certainly be warm in the kitchen. That's for sure. It'll be nice and warm in there. Probably the best place to be in these cold evenings. Round to Bill, VK2 FBI, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
On the phone, Phil.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Bill, no problem. On the phone, and Rob probably doesn't want to talk. He's not feeling too well, so we'll just take another break, see if there's any further check-ins to the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club 2 meter net. Looks like it might be a short one this evening. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable listening. Now everyone must be around the fire, I think. Rod, VK2 TTL, VK2 HZ Portable.
That's what, yeah, I was trying to get one of those. I'd have to rip the floorboards up to have one of those now. 8Z22.
Yeah, I haven't got one of those either. Just waste lots of money with reverse cycle when it gets really, really cold. Costs too much money. Put another jumper on, I think, is the order of the day. Yeah, I'm wrapped up fairly warm this evening. Trying to keep warm. Got all the radios on. Radio wise, what have I been up to? Not a lot. Well, I'm always in the radio room, playing with mesh, trying different stuff on the mesh network, getting different nodes up and running and reloading firmware. My laptop that I was using for radio stuff has finally given up the ghost, and I'm just loading up another one. We had two. They were the kids' laptops many years ago. They're just underrated Windows Intel i3s, which are pretty well underpowered, but they'll do my my radio software. Don't need a lot of OFF to do that. So in the process of re-imaging, I've just finished re-imaging that laptop and installing software. I haven't got a lot to put on this one because I'm using it for access to the mesh nodes that I've got set up. So just a web server and a couple of programs to create services on the mesh network. So not a lot more software to go, thank goodness, because I hate redoing PCs. They're a pain in the neck when you have to do that. Done a little bit on 6 meters, not a lot. Always monitoring the 6 meter repeater. That seems to be going pretty fine. Had a few QSOs there. I'm just going to take a break. So the 6 meter repeaters had a bit of a workout. I think I've had a QSO on there every day, which has been really good. Good to see some activity. A few QSOs on 70 SEMS repeater. That's going really well as well. So from my perspective, I'm happy with all the repeaters, Rod. VK2 TTL, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Before I went up there on last Monday, two places, to me it was a bit scratchy, but I'm a bit further out than all you guys, right? So anyway, sort of black down Mount Druitt, start getting a bit noisy, particularly west Lead and east, as you get into the hills of the Ride and all that sort of thing. Quite scratchy. Probably you could hear me, but I couldn't hear it very well. So I went up there and had a look. It was a bit, the input cavity, the transmit cavity is a bit lossy. 16 bar loss, so 25% coming out. So anyway, remember that now it's something 2D 2.3 or something, dB loss or something like that. So getting 4 dB better than what it was. So I can hear it now. I drove home the other day and I can hear it. I can actually have a conversation, which I did to Carl. Maybe someone else. I can't remember at the moment. But anyway, we actually have a two-way conversation, and that's a positive thing. Out anyway on the Humbles Bay Drive, I think a little bit scratchy, but it's a bit scratchy on the low bit. Do you reckon they could hear me okay on the really noisy bits around Epping Road? Say for Twin Road or something. It's a bit hard around there. 7093 yet this afternoon. Candles. The first round, I mean, one round went for an hour. So, you know, just first hour, 4 o'clock to 12 o'clock, signals were good. You know, and even for me, both ways, a lot of signals were 10 over 9. Then, about 5:15, things went downhill rather sharply, particularly Tom and the Candos. Out of Candos, so Tom up in Queensland was still 10 over 9, but Candos and West and all those places that are in the medium, like 200k range, just faded out to, they were lost 20 dB of signal. Went from a 10 over 9 to about a 7 or something like that, and my noise was about a 7, so I was struggling. So you can see there was a lot of signal. That's real less points, so there was a lot down. That sure. As soon as the sun went below the horizon, everything just went change. Anyway, back to you there. Hotel Zulu Portable T-Square.
There was a bump in the night there. Yeah, okay, Rod. Yeah, that's quite late actually when signals started going down, because I've been off for I was off for 2 or 3, 4 weeks, and doing a little bit of radio, and on 40 for a while. It was usually around 4:15, and everyone was complaining where the skip distance would increase dramatically, and everyone would then go off to 80 meters. So it sounds like it's staying up a little bit longer. So I suppose as the days draw out, you get a little bit more sunshine, daylight, and it'll get progressively better, I suppose. But there's been some excellent during that time. There was some excellent DX on 40 usually into South America. Had some good QSOs with new entities on 40 meters over the last 3 or 4 weeks. So that's been good. Enjoyed that. Yeah, well, at least ham radio keeps you occupied while you're not feeling well, and makes you feel a bit better. Takes your mind off the aches and pains of everything else that's happening. Bill, you back? VK2 FBI, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. Obviously not. Any further check-ins to the Blue Mountain Amateur Radio Club 2-meter net? If not, we'll probably close the net fairly early, I think. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable listening. Good evening, Elf. VK2YC. I was listening to you earlier down on 450. Trust you well. Rod TTL is with us. Bill FBI was with us, but he went for a phone call. And Brian 2AAF is in the kitchen baking. What was he baking? Pizza. Making dough for pizza. So there you go. There's a few listening and just Rod and me on at the moment. VK2YC, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Call from 5362.
There's a call from an interloper. How did he get in there? Yes, good evening, Hill. And I'm not sure who said else was there. I think it said Brian and... Oh, Rod. Yes, good evening, Rod. Good evening, Bill. Was it Bill and Brian and yourself? Good evening, Hilary. Yeah, I was down the bottom end there. Playing silly. Anyway, so I don't know what... So
Yeah, okay, off VK2 YAC, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. Yes, that's really been the conversation. It's cold. That's about it, really. That's all that we've said, I think, in talking repeaters and the better coverage for the repeaters, and Rod's trying to get over not feeling particularly well. So yeah, good of you to come up. I was getting ready for the net when I was listening to you guys down on 450, so my apologies for not coming in. Had to go and make myself a coffee. I can't do the net without my strong cup of coffee, either that or a whiskey. VK2 TTL, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
VK2NP.
Good evening, Cliff, VK2NP. Don't know who that was. That sounded like the IRLP node trying to do something. Maybe give it bit of a pause while we go back to Rod. VK2 TTL, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Well, there's a pause. Okay. How are you? Hope you're well. And Cliff, hope you're well. Haven't heard you guys for a while. Club meeting on Friday, for those that don't know. Those that care. Not sure what's happening this Friday, but anyway, I'll probably turn up if I'm well enough. It should be. Anyway. I can hear direct air hill, so reasonable. I don't know what you're running, but juice wise, whether you run it high or low, here, reasonably. No, well, a lot to add since last time. Last over, you overed me out a bit. It was on the HF net yesterday, it was on the Candos net this afternoon. Did repeat on Sunday. Now, there's suffering blows over the other. Back to Hill, H2 portable to Hill.
Yeah, I haven't got a lot else to add. Good evening to you, Cliff. We'll just take a break, see if Bill has come back from his phone call. VK2 FBI, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. Now must be a really long, important phone conversation. Hi, Cliff. VK2NP, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Yeah, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. If I'm getting in okay, should do. What? Yeah, all good. And good evening to you and Rod and everyone else. Not too sure who else was there. I've actually been on 80 metres chat to the guys down in North Victoria mainly. But anyway, all good. And yeah, nothing too exciting. It's cold. I don't like cold weather. So yeah, tend to suffer a little bit in the cold weather. But I like the warmth. But anyway, yeah, one PSK contact with Spain this afternoon, and that was my DX for the day. So nothing too exciting there, Hill. Yeah, that was PSK 63, not the standard 31. So I guess that was a little bit different. But anyway, yeah, we've been listening. I had it on this frequency, but I was also on 80, so it's a bit hard to listen to both. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2NP.
Yeah, okay, Cliff. Well, that's a different mode. That adds a little bit of interest and spice. PSK 63, better than the 31, 36, or whatever it is. The normal 31. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, I think everyone said this evening they're trying to keep warm. Thought I might put the kilowatt amplifier on and keep my feet warm. I wish. My 100 watts. I'll put the FT102 on with the valve final. It'll keep my feet a little bit warm, but not as much as the kilowatt amplifier. Yeah, a little chilly, isn't it? And who is it? I've forgotten now. Somebody said they were listening to somebody on 80 saying it was it's sorry Elf, that was you, wasn't it? That it's snowing out the west, so yes, not good. I'm happy if it snows, but you know, just for a while I can go out and make a snowman. I haven't made a snowman for probably about 35 years, so I'm happy to do that once more for 10 minutes and come back inside, I think. We'll just see if there's any further check-ins to the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club 2 minute out. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable listening. Now everyone's keeping warm somewhere else. They're very sensible. I think we'll close it up. So last time round, and we'll say good evening and call it a night. I think little quiet tonight, but thanks to everyone for coming up. And there's nobody watching me on Ustream, but anyway, I'll post the URL for that on the listserv. Round to you, Rod. VK2 TTL. Hope you're going to get better tomorrow. You off work tomorrow? I bet you are. VK2 TTL. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Hotel Zulu Portable TTL. I don't know yet. I decide that in the morning. Can't proceed pre-decided. You don't know how you're going to feel until time comes. Yeah. Till I was able to get going around 3 o'clock. I'm warm enough now, and yeah, the body was able to stop lounging around, so I did a bit of reading. Reading the novel on an e-book, and also reading an e-mag, and then I read something AR, paper copy. Then I sort of start tidying up. Been tidying up for a while, so I'm going. Still searching for in the computers. The only problem that I'm probably not really too organised. Put stuff somewhere and then you put it down and you want to go find it again. Sometimes you move things around and then you lose it when you're moving it around, or sometimes you accidentally delete stuff. But historically now, a year ago, you don't really remember anymore. That's the problem with that. Anyway, 73 is that, and g'day Cliff as well. Now, we haven't talked to each other for a while, but anyway, see you later. I'd like to listen briefly for a bit. HC Portable TTL.
Yeah, okay, Rob. Well, I hope you feel better tomorrow. Maybe see you Friday evening at the club meeting. Round to Alf, VK2 YC, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
yes, yes, 80 metres is it's pretty good tonight actually, conditions down there. I was listening to some VK5s and VK2s south and all over the place. Quite good, not much static crashing going on. PSK 31 and 63. I don't know much about the difference between 31 and 33. Don't know whether it's the different symbols they use to encode the thing, or what, whether they have more than one stream or something happening. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Not really onto that side of things. But talking about repeaters earlier, I was having a bit of a chat to Eric, EJH, on the UHF repeater. I was standing in my kitchen with my handheld, and he was using his little Bofang thingy down at Stratfield, down near the railway station, before he got on the train, so that seemed to work out pretty good. So the repeaters are going excellent good. 6 metres I haven't been on for a few days. Did listen there for a while, but I've been really busy here, so I wasn't listening to the 6 metre radio, but I guess if it's happening, that's good. Seems that I can get into it quite easily now. And I've got a homemade end-fed half wave, which I use to access it now, so it works rather well. Anyway, all good. Don't know if there's anything else I was going to comment on at the moment. The cold, yeah, that's terrible. I've almost got rid of mine, but I've had it for 6 weeks now. Well, hang on, that can't be right. Well, since the last club meeting, so it's got to be a month, hasn't it? I think I picked it up at the club. So, leave it at home when you go to the club. Don't bring any cold in there with you, because it gets about, I tell you, and it's bad. Even my mother's picked it up, and she lives at Dubbo, so there you go. BK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, BK2 AC.
That would be really bad if she didn't visit anyone or nobody visited her. I think we have to blame Alan, don't we? ZIW. He was the one with the sniffly nose at the club meeting. Mind you, he was a hero as well, because he'd only come up there because there was nobody else with a key. So I suppose we can't complain about him too much. If he didn't come up that evening, we would have all been waiting outside for hours, and would all definitely have got a cold. I always start off with good intentions with the PC, with the computer. Like with this laptop that I've just imaged, I'll start off with good intentions and put things in the right place, and store all my files in the appropriate places, and then it won't take long before they get mixed up and copied to here, there and everywhere, and totally lost. One of my faults, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, I tend to end up with 1,000 icons on the desktop, which is not a good idea, but you always start off with good intentions. Round to you, Cliff. VK2NP, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
No worries, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2NP. And g'day off. We've got download, like the only one that does the icons on the desktop. Yeah, it's just convenient, isn't it? I even do that on Linux, which I now run pretty primarily on Amazon stuff. So I still tend to do the same thing. I'll drag all the links to the desktop. But anyway, makes it a bit messy, but at least know where to find them. But yeah, I'm not a good organiser when it comes to things like that, or paperwork or anything like that. Anyway, all good. And sounds like you're fighting fit. I haven't got a cold, but I'm just cold. So I've actually been suffering from chilblains on my fingers. So probably a little bit of lack of circulation, or maybe a lack of movement or something. I don't know. eliminating them, just trying to get their hands warm. I actually ordered a pair of gloves off that famous auction site. So leather gloves with fur linings. So they might keep my hands warm. They're hill. Anyway, not to worry. Yeah, other than that, not a whole lot. Just playing around on 80 just to see how the antenna is working, and yeah, it's not doing too bad. It's just the squid pole with the remote tuner at the base and the wire hanging off the top of it. And yeah, it does it okay on the low bands. So that's what I've been using. Unless I run a wire down the side of the house, there's not much else I can do. So that's another option. I might make a doublet out of it if I can. It really annoy the neighbours. Anyway, VK2H said portable VK2MP. VK2 FBI monitoring the frequency.
Not only monitoring but transmitting as well. That was a long phone call, Bill. Yeah, okay, Cliff. Yeah, no problems. 80's been pretty good, propagation wise, around Australia. I haven't heard much DX on 80 so far this winter. The odd station or two, but not as many as last year so far. Mind we've got a way to go yet, so we'll have to see what happens. But I think propagation seems to be getting a little better down there, so you usually take a scoop round there and also 160, but like yourself, I haven't really got much of a chance on any of those bands really. Just too noisy most of the time. Yeah, okay, round to Bill, VK2 FBI, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
VK2HZ Portable, VK2 FBI. Yeah, back again, sorry for that break, but I got a Skype call in from my son in Shanghai. He's just arrived home from work and gave me a call. I'd asked for some information I need for a visa application, so he was telling me how to do it all. I'm still a little bit confused, I must admit. They asked some silly questions on their form. Things like, who's paying for your travel and expenses? Well, I'm paying for them. I don't know whether they're fishing. It sounds like a fishing expedition. I want to find out if somebody's buying a ticket for you or something like that. So I would have thought the direct trafficking might have been in an opposite direction. But anyway, when I go down to lodge the thing, I'll leave that blank. When I go down there and to lodge it, I'll ask them, what does that mean? What am I supposed to write down? The rest of it seems to be fairly straightforward.
Yeah, all right.
But
Yep.
it does ask me for my name in Chinese. Now, I must admit, that's a challenge. I have no idea what my name is in Chinese. I know what my name is in Latin, because I've got a certificate here I picked up in Europe a few years ago. And they make a point of the entire document's in Latin. It's issued by the Catholic Church. And not that I belong to the Catholic Church, but they insist upon putting a name in Latin, which presents various difficulties. I mean, well, one of my names is McGregor. I'm pretty certain the ancient Romans that don't have a word called McGregor. You've got to be a Scotsman to be called a McGregor. And I don't think they knew much about Scotland back in the Roman days. Probably, it was, I think, around about the 2nd century or something before they got to the UK, and even then they never got into Scotland. They ended up building Hadrian's Wall to keep us out. But yeah, fun and games. Anyway, did I miss anything exciting? VK2AC and VK2FBI.
I think most of the talk has been about the weather, Bill. So cold, and more cold. Yeah, mostly the weather and 80 meters and a bit of 40 with a bit of PSK. And chilblains. I suffer from chilblains as well, Cliff. Terrible things they are, but that's I think mainly due to my type 1 diabetes, so the circulation on my extremities, particularly my fingers, are not that good, so I tend to suffer from chilblains at this juncture in the weather cycle, and they're quite bad at times. They're not little, I don't know, good or bad now. Fairly bad. Quite swollen. So yes, I know what you're going through on there, and I sympathise. It can be quite painful. Thanks for coming back in, Bill. That's good. And I don't know why they would want your name in Chinese. I don't quite get that. Because I think when the Chinese people emigrate over here, they get a list of names and stab it with a pen to decide what their Western name will be. So I'm not quite sure on how you would convert your name to a Chinese name. That would be a good one, I think. VK2YAC, sorry, VK2TTL, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Yeah. You're losing stuff. Well, I think it's something that men do, and that's why they get married, so they write a bit and tell them why they've lost it, and then throw everything out so they don't have that problem in the future. It's just suffering after they married 27 years, so I think I'm slowly getting back into HS Portable 2TL.
I'm making no comment whatsoever on that one, Rod. I've been married just a couple more than that, but I'm not saying a word. Round to you, Alf. VK2YC, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. Sorry, VK2YC. Yes, good evening to Bill there. I thought he said Latin with his thing he had to put on there, or they put Latin on it. But how would you convert Latin to Chinese too? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? They do well, they've got several different dialects, I think, so different ways of writing, and they're all like little flat pictures of the buildings and stuff like that. Character cures. 4,000 characters or something in some of the number of symbols they've got to learn. Spruce, we had enough trouble with 26, so I don't know how they get on. Anyway, that's all good. I guess you'll get it sorted out there, Bill. Yeah. Yes, I was listening to a couple of guys on 3.760 megahertz. Talking QRP, but obviously not running QRP because they're pretty big signals there. Yeah, so people are using 80 meters a bit tonight. It's all good. Yeah, so and running another wire along the side of your house there, Cliff, that sounds like probably a bonus, I should imagine. It probably would make a big difference getting the signal out. Even if you loaded up your guttering, I'm sure that would help as part of your antenna. Okay, I won't talk too long. I'll put it back to you, Hillary, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2YAC.
I think we hear far too much of me. I think we probably need to change the structure of the net when there's not too many people around, and pass it between us. Might be easier. Then it's a good test. If I give everyone a call sign, then you have to pass it round to that person. You have to remember and use your use your memory. So there's a good game. We might do that next week. VK2 NP, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Yeah, it's going to ending a disaster. Anyway, alright. G'day to Bill. I think it's a good day to everyone. Yeah, all good. And yeah, the only reason I wouldn't hook up my guttering is because I don't think the sections of the guttering are joined very well together. So probably cause more problems. But I just thought what I've basically got now is a top-loaded vertical, I suppose. Well, it's short inverted L, it's probably more like a top-loaded vertical. I thought I run another wire down the side, which is basically the only place I can put it. And maybe it'll add a little bit more loading or whatever. Work a bit better on the lower bands. So, may give it a shot. As I've got to try and stay in a stealthy mode to a degree. Been pretty lucky. I mean, no one's complained or anything, so really understanding neighbours, which are basically very close, as they would be in a dorm. Anyway, well, doing okay. And yeah, noise-wise, it gets pretty horrible. I use a separate receive antenna usually. I did tonight, different rig. But usually I run a separate receive antenna on the lower bands, as I did for Trans-Tasman and so on. Helps to some degree.
You're on a candid camera.
And a little phasing unit, which also helps sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Where'd you get that from?
Huh?
Where'd you get that from?
Here's all about making the most out of what little you've got, I guess.
She's stuck it in
Oh,
the
the jaw
first
bones, yeah.
time,
Well, they
and
were a little
one of them
painful
came out.
originally, and they've sort of gradually gone away. They haven't gone away completely, but I was actually reading about them, and they said there's one in 10 Englishmen have got them, so I didn't feel too bad there, Hill. VK2, it's a portable VK2 MP.
VK2NP, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. Yeah, okay, yeah, good. Yeah, well, to be expected, I suppose, with the climate, and that's where I come from, so it's probably where it's all started. Yeah, not nice, but anyway. If anyone was watching on the Ustream video, you would have just seen my daughter come in and show me her arm. And she had a blood test today, and they made a right mess of her arm. They seem to do that all the time. Don't know why. Anyway, round to Bill, VK2 FBI, who's probably practicing his name writing in Chinese. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Yeah, VK2AC Portable, VK2 FBI in the group. Good evening, all. Yes, I keep looking at it, and it is confusing because the first section is last name, middle name, first name, then the next line is name in Chinese. I know my name is in Chinese. So say got your date. Does he? I don't know. I think I'll probably leave it blank. Alternatively, I have found a certificate with my name in Latin. Perhaps I could just put in the Latin version of it. And they just bleed ignorance, you know. I was watching Border Patrol tonight. That's what half of them do. Every time they ask them a question, they say, "Oh, I didn't understand the question." I'll say, "I didn't understand the question." You know, I'll put the Latin version down, which may be of interest to you. My name is Denum, D-N-U-M, which is in fact, I presume, the equivalent of Mr. Next name, Villalmum, V-I-L-L-E-L-M-U-M, which is in fact William. Second name, Alanum, A-L-A-N-U-M, which no prizes for guessing, it's Alan. Next word, McGregor, without an A, is the M.C. Gregor. That's a fabrication, of course, because they couldn't possibly have a name for McGregor, because that's a Scottish surname, and surnames weren't invented until the 12th century, so I think the Romans are well and truly left by then. My last name is White, which, strangely enough, in Latin is white. Either that or the person who wrote the certificate didn't know what it was, they thought I'll put down his English version of it. But yeah, what is crazy, the entire certificate is in Latin. And a couple of years ago, back in 2012, I walked across Spain from the French side of the Pyrenees to the Atlantic coast, and you get this certificate, which is quite short. The translation of it is the chapter of this holy apostolic metropolitan cathedral of St. James, custodian of the seal of St. James altar, to all faithful and pilgrims who come from everywhere over the world as an act of devotion under vow or promise to the Apostles' tomb. Our patron and protector of Spain witnesses in the sight of all who has read this document that William has visited devoutly this sacred church in a religious sense. His Pietatis Causa, witness thereof, I hand this document over, authenticated by the seal of this sacred church. So there you are. That's about the limit of my Latin. VK28Z, VK2FBI.
Well, my apologies, I missed most of that, Bill. It sounded very interesting. I was just talking with my daughter outside, so my apologies. I'll go back over the recording and refresh myself with exactly what it was you just said. Something to take care of in the background. So apologies again. Now I've lost where I am. Rod is next in line, I think. VK2TTL, VK2HZ Portable.
HZ Portable TTL, yeah. I do Latin a long time ago, but long gone. Language wasn't my thing. Commas, geography and all that sort of stuff, I did alright at. It's probably replaced Latin and French with Latin and French way back, and changed to commerce and geography, and behold, everything was a shining light as far as academia was concerned. Anyway, not that I don't like the language, I did actually like it, but I just wasn't good at it. I'll put the kettle on or something, that's what I might do. Thank you, HZ Portable TTM.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Rod. Not a problem. I'm a little bit distracted this evening, but other things going on in the background here. Round to Alf VK2YC, VK2HZ Portable.
VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2YC. I think the IRLP link sort of dropped out in the middle of what Bill was saying there at one stage too, so it sort of kicked up a bit of a racket. But the idea is on this repeater is really loud too. Seems a lot louder than maybe it needs to be, but anyway, at least you can hear it, I suppose. It's over the top of everybody. Yeah, all right. I've got a QSY off to the bedroom. I've got to do something. So it's got to be done for somebody. So yeah, I'll say cheers on this one, and thanks for having me in the net tonight. We'll catch up a bit later on. There is actually somebody on 3.795, the DX window on 80 at the moment, but I can't quite make out who it is. But yeah, busy band down there tonight. Alrighty, yeah. Loading up the guttering, yes. Okay. Cliff, yeah, you don't actually have to connect the actual guttering to it. You can run a wire next to it, of course. Still do the same job. Anyway, we'll catch you all next time around, I guess. So I'll say good night to everybody on the net, and good night to you, Hillary. Thanks for running the net, and I'll disappear. I've got things I've got to do, so unfortunately. Nice to catch up with everybody there tonight. VK2 Hotel. Oh, I might even see you on Friday night, just depending. I'll try to get up there. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2 ISE. Good night.
I'll say good night to there, Hill. Say good night, Al. Good night, everyone. Good night to you.
Yeah, okay, Rod, thanks for coming up. I know you're not feeling well, so appreciate you coming out into the cold and having a chat with us. And thank you, Alf, for coming up. I might follow you down 80 a bit later on, maybe see what's going on there. Gonna do a few more bits and pieces in the background here. Round to Cliff. Yeah, don't forget club night. Hopefully I'll be there. Depends if I've got a car or not. But I'm planning to be there on Friday. VK2NP, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Yeah, VK2 Portable, VK2NP. And good night to Rod and Bill. I think I lost track of who went where. Anyway, good night all. I'm going to make this my final anyway. Yeah, all good. And I didn't hear anything on the DX window, but I only had a brief listen. Yeah, all good. Yeah, I'm going to retire into the lounge room, I think. And, yeah, nothing too exciting this way. But just got to stay warm, I guess. Anyway, thanks for running the hill. And yeah, I was supposed to go to St George's meeting tonight, but I wasn't feeling up to it, and it's too damn cold. So no heating in the hall either. Alright, cheers, Evan. I'll catch you later on. VK282, Portable VK282.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Cliff, thanks for coming up. Appreciate it. Good to have you along as usual. And I think Bill, you're the last who didn't get to say goodbye before I said it's over. VK2 FBI, VK2 HZ Portable.
Yeah, well, that ID is, the CW ID is quite loud, isn't it? Yeah, good evening, everyone. My apologies for not participating, but as I say, I'm multitasking here. Although your wife will happily tell you that that's impossible, of course, because only women can multitask. But yeah, look, I'll send you copies of that document, the certificate thing. I just scanned it. I'm just looking for your email address. If you give me a clue to the first few letters, otherwise I'll have to go back through my in-tray and find it there, VK2HZ Portable, VK2 FBI.
You've totally lost me there. I was. Were you talking to me? Sorry, Bill. You're sending me what? Sorry.
That document I was referring to before in Latin, rather than repeat that, I'll send you a copy of it because I've got an image, but just don't have your email address in my list at the moment. I can find it because all I've got to do is find an incoming email from you and get it, but I reloaded the operating system a few weeks ago and I'm missing a few bits and pieces. You can give me a clue as to what the first few letters of your email address is. That might make it pop up, over.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm not worried about giving my email address out. It's all over the place. HB lists Hotel Bravo Lima India Sierra Tango Sierra at gmail.com. VK2IUW.
Roger, I'll send that off to you in a couple of minutes. Excuse me, I'm chewing on a lolly now. Being very unsociable tonight, but as I say, I seem to be juggling a few balls, which That is one thing with juggling. I personally am very good at juggling one ball. The minute I get two, I get confused. But despite that, I don't believe that other story. Anyway, thanks for running the net tonight. I'll try to get in next week and be a bit more sociable. VK2HC portable, VK2 FBI.
Yeah, no, that's all right, Bill. Thanks for coming up. It's really good. It's good to have a few people around and to participate. And been a couple of times this evening where I've been preoccupied with all the stuff that's being thrown at me here. Okay. Good evening to everyone. We'll close the net at 9:11 local. The Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club website is at bmarc.org. You can go on there and have a look at what's available at the club. There are foundation courses every couple of months, and the upgrade license classes happen every Wednesday night at the moment, which is tonight, with Jan VK2 FEB. I haven't heard Jan on for a long time, actually, on the air. An awful long time. He's too busy doing the upgrade stuff, I think, and writing bits and pieces. So where are you, Jan? Yeah, bmarc.org, and the club meeting is on this Friday. Starts at 8 o'clock. Doors open from around 7:30. Good evening to everyone. Thanks for coming up. Bill, Brian, Rod, Elf, Cliff. Appreciate it. And pretty boring, but I'll post the URL to the Ustream video. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, now taking on my own call sign, VK2 India Uniform Whiskey. Good evening to everyone.